Yes, that is right. It is time finally to do the 2022 office tour. Wow. Alright, so today it's time to do the 2022 office tour because it's been about a year since the previous office tour. So now I'm going to be taking you along throughout the entire setup. I'm going to show you all my equipment and pretty much just talk about how I stream and how I record and how I do this and this and this and this. So hang along. So the background. We're gonna start off with that because that's more the boring part, and I believe most people who are watching this would like to see all the techie shit over here. But we'll start off with the background. So seeing as this is a new room, I'm no longer recording at my dad's house. I've fully moved my whole recording space over to my room at my mom's house. And this is the new background. Now, I really wanted to set up a nice background to this, so I didn't really want anything too crazy. I didn't want any like big LEDs all around and everything like that. I didn't want anything like that. I just wanted more like a simple setup, you know? I wanted like, kind of like some sort of, just some lighting, kind of like some ambient yellow lighting, and then just to make it more home friendly, because personally, I don't really care for very neon bright colors. I mean, they're cool. A lot of my friends have them, but they're not my speed. So really, I have two lights set up here. I have this old nightstand light over here, and then I have this light, this little longer light on top of my shelf, which is from IKEA, I believe. I believe both of these are from IKEA, or that one might be from Yuski. I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's the lighting anyway. Shelves over here. Really, the shelf was more to fill up the room because I realized that the background was very empty. So whenever I'm recording here, I realized that, oh, this looks very empty. So I set up the shelf over here just to fill up the room a bit more. And there's all kinds of stuff there. I'll give you a little bit of a pan of it. So yeah, there you go. So there's all kinds of stuff there, whatever. This wall is still pretty blank. I'm planning on like putting up a picture maybe, or hanging up a TV. We'll see what I want to put up there. So yeah. Over here is my equipment rack. I have all my stuff there. I have all my lenses in there. I have my camera and then some microphone stuff on the ground. For some reason that's not inside the shelf. And then of course my bed. And then moving on to the main attraction. The main setup. Wow, that looks beautiful. Now, I am probably going to be looking a lot this way, by the way, because I have my cameras, of course, set up over here. So, but I do want to see with my own two eyes what I'm looking at. So apologies if the audio kind of cuts out a bit, but you'll see all this equipment from the B-roll shot. Let's start off with the computer. So the computer is a Lenovo Idea Station Gaming. It's a brand. This was bought when we originally bought this house about 2 years ago, and that computer, no, 1 year ago, coming up to 2 years ago. That computer is very great. It's not the biggest and it's not the like strongest in any way, but it runs like GTA 5. It runs GTA 5 relatively well, and it runs all my streaming software and my Bandicam and audio stuff. It runs everything just okay, so I don't really need anything else. So that's good enough for me. I don't know the exact specs of it, but I will link the computer in the description so you can go check it out and see all the specs over there. And also, I'm also linking my whole setup, not my background per se, but my full setup, everything which I have on my desk. I will link in the description. So in case there's something which I missed, you can go ahead and look at it in the description. So yeah. Then next to it, I have my Xbox One S. that's I believe is a 4-year-old Xbox. I got that because I wanted a gaming console, and then I got that one. I've been using it for like 4 years now, and it's still running relatively well. I still can play all my games on it. It doesn't have any huge storage space like say the Xbox Series X, and it doesn't have anything. It doesn't have the best graphics, of course, but you know, it works for me, and if it works for me, that's all I really care about. Now you can see both monitors are connected to 2 different places. So this one, this AOC monitor, this is connected to my Xbox, and then this Asus monitor over here, this is connected to my computer. Now, originally I have always used like a dual screen setup for my computer, but I realized recently because this monitor, well, it's not the biggest, but it's big enough for me to be able to like put my chat down here. If I want to play a video game, then I can have it here and have chat right there. And I don't really need anything else. I can just use one monitor, and that's good enough for me. Then for camera, I'm using a sort of third-party Gopro. It's a Denver full HD GoPro. Very great. I used to use before. Hold on, let me show you. I probably will forget to do B-roll for this, so I'll just show you. So I used to use this. It's my main camera. It's a Samsung full HD small camera. This is great. This was great to use for a face cam because I could just set it up and it worked. But the problem with these is when you stream for a while, the batteries get so hot. Because I have this, of course, plugged into my computer, and then when I run it for a while, because this is only designed to run for 20 minutes, so when it runs over 20 minutes, it gets so goddamn hot. So I use this mostly just for if I want a trip, I can take pictures with this and whatever, and it just sits in my desk, so that's great. But this GoPro over here, seeing as it's so small and it is designed to withstand a lot of force or energy or whatever, because of course it's a GoPro, I can set that up right there and I can keep it going for like 5 hours and it will rarely overheat, which is very nice. Although the batteries do not last too long in these, but that's okay because I just plug it into my computer, and I plug it into my computer for a capture card and it's fine. Because it just records straight into my computer instead of being a solo thing. And then behind it, I have a ring light. I finally decided to get myself a proper light, because before I've used all kinds of different lights. I've used desk lamps. I believe I've used LED, like bubble strips before as lighting. I've used all kinds of stuff under the sun. But this thing right here, this by far has been the best light I've ever purchased. It is so nice. I'm happy that I made the investment. I actually got this for Christmas, so I didn't make the investment, but I'm happy that I asked for this for Christmas, because this has been a great light to use when you're recording. Because before, it used to look like this, and then when I set up that light, it looks like this. So pretty good in my opinion. Then peripherals, I'm rocking a Corsair keyboard and a Razer DeathAdder mouse. Both are great. I know people like to complain at Razer for their stuff not being the best. Personally, I really do like Razer. I really do like Razer stuff. Some of their stuff is a bit, worse. Some of it is bad quality, but most of what I've used, like the headphones, that mouse, I've used a keyboard before. Most of it is actually pretty good. So I'm very happy with the Razer mouse and the Corsair keyboard. Of course, it's a great keyboard. Absolutely love it. For audio stuff, I'm using the A2L Audio Quality Lab headphones. They're absolutely great headphones. They're kind of like a third-party version of the Sony headphones. As you can see, I'm using a lot of third-party stuff. The reason why I do that is because I realized that if you buy a relatively good version of a third-party item, it's the sound is not too dissimilar. Of course, it's gonna be a bit worse than the real one, but it's not too bad. It's not, in my opinion, for what I need it. It's not too bad. So why spend more money on the nicer one where you can buy this cheaper one, which probably is not gonna last as long, but and probably doesn't have the best audio quality like that one, but it's still good. So that's why I use those ones. And then for an audio interface, I am using the M-Audio M-Track 2X2. I have used this for a long time now, and it's still running perfectly. I think I've used that thing ever since I got my first XLR microphone, which was I believe it was the newer W700. Did I use another XLR microphone before that? I'm not too sure, but I believe I bought that at around the same time, so I could get cleaner audio through that microphone. And for a while now, it has just been I've just been using it to control the volume on my headphones, which was way overkill to just use that. I could have just bought a normal amplifier, but I did recently buy a brand new XLR microphone, because before I used to use a USB, but now I bought another XLR microphone. And that segues great into the next item, which is my microphone. So my microphone, I believe, is a Lenser U87. So from the name, you can clearly hear that this is supposed to be a sort of U87 clone. And for being so cheap, I believe I paid for this about $150. When you put that into contrast with the actual U87 and the Neumann U87, that is a very small price. And of course, it has some reverb effect, like it does have, like, it really likes to pick up all around, even though it is a omni a cardioid polar pattern on it. It still likes to pick up all around, but the actual noise quality, like when I talk into it, it's actually really good. It's actually relatively good. So highly would recommend this microphone. Very great mic. And then what everything is sitting up on top is my brand new desk. This is also something which I got when we first moved into this house. It's a relatively small desk. I mean, this is me in comparison to the desk, and the desk runs all the way over here. So it's relatively small, but it's a fucking nice ass desk. And especially when I don't have that much room for a bigger desk over here. This cabinet back here, it fits all my stuff perfectly. It fits. Of course I would rather have a bit more space, but everything which I have here, it fits it perfectly. So I don't really need a bigger desk. It's perfect. I love it. And this was also imported, I believe, from Italy. So it's a Italian made desk. And then finally we have the HyperX. I made a full review on this chair if you want to go check it out. Yeah, it has served me pretty well now for the last, I've been using this for the last like year or so, 6 months to a year. No, even longer, maybe over a year. I believe I've used this chair for over a year now. And it's a nice chair. It's a fucking nice chair. It's gotten some creak issues, like I hear some creaking every once in a while when I sit in it. And personally, I do have started to prefer the ergonomic chairs to these gaming chairs. I know it varies from person to person. Some people prefer the ergonomic chairs and some people prefer these gaming chairs. It is just to do with your body type, really. But for me, I've tried a couple of ergonomic chairs, and I am planning on buying an ergonomic chair somewhere here in the next year or so. But in regards to this chair, it gets me through an editing day, and it's comfortable and it's nice, and it's just nice looking also. So I like it. Yeah, that's the entire setup. Okay, for this ending, I thought about just giving you like an outline of the room, because I know a lot of people care about where everything is situated and how it's situated. So I thought about giving you kind of like a little rundown of the room and where everything is and where it is in contrast to everything. Because obviously you're not going to really see that when you just see B-roll. So, of course, over here we got the shelves again. Very nice. There, that's where I keep all the camera equipment, and also the boxes are down there. Stands, bed, and then of course the setup with the beautiful light and 2 screens. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, and then this area, which I didn't show really. We got like closets over here, and then we got this chair over here, and some stuff up there, but we don't care about that. Yep, that's me set up, boys. So, I said this in the previous video, and I will say it again. Everything that you see over here, everything that you see over there, and everything that, well, especially this, you will not need all this stuff to make videos. Like, the basic premise, okay, let's say that you're doing gaming videos. The basic premise of what you need is a computer that can run your games, your game of choice. Like if you're doing Fortnite, if you're doing PUBG, if you're doing GTA 5, whatever you're doing. If your computer can run it, that's great, because then, and Bandicam or something like that at the same time, then that's really all you need. And then, of course, you probably want a headset which has a microphone on them. Me personally, I don't have that, but whatever. And that's pretty much it. That's a great starting out way, and especially with all the microphones which are on headsets these days are getting very good, because of course binaural microphones, which no lavalier microphones, which they are kind of using the same technology. So they're getting very good these days. So I would really recommend just starting out with that. But if you are interested, I will again link a starting out setup in the description. So if you really wanna like try to take this more seriously, or you have money to spend on a good setup, I will link some setup stuff and some equipment in the description. I'm just gonna say this. Some of the stuff in the previous video when I linked some stuff was unavailable. Now, I'm not gonna recommend for you to buy everything that I link in the description. I would recommend you doing look at the name of the item, and then if it's unavailable like on Amazon or something, then go ahead and look at some other website. Like if it's an Elgato item, then and it's unavailable on Amazon, just go ahead and go to the Elgato site and just write down the name of whatever item you want to buy, and that's what I would recommend buying. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.